Renegade Immortal Episode 151. In the previous episode, Wang Lin continued to dominate the Demon General competition, easily claiming victory in several battles before retreating into peaceful reflection by the riverside. While others obsessed over power and bloodshed, he sought clarity through the gentle sound of the zither, searching for the final step to reach the Ascendant realm. Yet, his moment of calm was soon broken by the ever-annoying Xu Liguo, whose foolish chatter about love pushed Wang Lin's patience to its limit. When Xu Liguo's insults went too far, the old fiend within Wang Lin stirred once more, cold, merciless, and absolute. At the end of the previous episode, Xu Liguo's desperate attempt to flee marked the beginning of his doomed rebellion. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. At this moment, there were sounds of explosions coming from inside his bag of holding. Clearly, there was something going crazy inside that small, sealed space. Wang Lin's expression remained cold as his hand moved, and with a flick of his wrist, several layers of restrictive seals shimmered into existence, tightening around the bag until it became completely still. After doing this, his eyes narrowed, turning toward the direction where Xu Liguo had fled. His voice was calm, yet carried an unshakable authority as he said, "Come back." The moment the words left his mouth, a hidden restriction that Wang Lin had planted long ago inside Xu Liguo's body suddenly flared to life. Far in the distance, a mournful wail echoed through the air, Xu Liguo's voice, filled with pain and fear. But soon, that sound faded away into silence. Wang Lin's eyes grew even colder. His suspicions had been correct. Unless Xu Liguo was absolutely confident that he could resist the restriction placed on him years ago, there was no way he would have dared to act so rebelliously. With a single step, Wang Lin's body blurred, crossing more than 1,000 feet in an instant as he began his pursuit. Xu Liguo, now in the form of a sword spirit, was flying through the air in sheer panic. Though he had once been just a wandering soul, his transformation into a sword spirit had granted him great speed. Now, driven by pure terror, he was flying even faster, his essence stretching thin from the effort as he fled like a terrified ghost. "Fiend," Xu Liguo's voice trembled as he muttered to himself while fleeing. "I have served you for so long, why try to kill me now? I only found a little beauty that I liked, only hid a small secret, only planned to take the celestial sword and little black to run away." His words trailed off, and suddenly, realization struck him. So that's why the fiend wants me dead. It turned out that after Xu Liguo met Little Black, he had learned many techniques unique to sword spirits. Together, the two had secretly worked for a long time, slowly loosening the ancient restriction that Wang Lin had left inside Xu Liguo's soul. Xu Liguo had always been timid, always careful. He had chosen the moment when Wang Lin was distracted by a great battle to work on freeing himself. Back then, Wang Lin's attention had indeed been elsewhere, and Xu Liguo thought he had succeeded without being noticed. Proud of his cleverness, Xu Liguo had started plotting his freedom, but he had completely underestimated how suspicious and calculating Wang Lin truly was. In the end, Wang Lin had seen through his deceit with ease. Now, as Xu Liguo desperately fled toward the edges of Sky Demon City, he looked back at the towering imperial palace behind him. A sigh of regret escaped his ethereal lips. "Goodbye, my beloved little beauty," he said dramatically. "One day, I'll come back for you." Even now, in this moment of danger, his thoughts were still filled with affection for that little beauty, completely forgetting his partner, the black blade known as Little Black. His eyes dimmed with sorrow as he turned back to flee again. But just as he was about to escape beyond the city walls, he suddenly froze. His expression shifted from fear to forced joy. He forced out a flattering smile and stammered, Master, your speed is incredible. Truly, your cultivation must have reached new heights. You really are worthy of being my master." 100 feet ahead, Wang Lin appeared silently, his robe unmoving despite the rushing wind. His gaze was cold, unreadable, and distant. His voice was low, but it carried a dangerous calm. "You sure have guts." Xu Liguo's body trembled violently. He immediately fell to his knees, clutching his chest, his tone filled with panic. Master, I was wrong. I know I was wrong. I'll never dare to do this again. Please spare me. But before Wang Lin could respond, a new danger erupted. The restriction around Wang Lin's bag of holding suddenly shattered with a loud crack. And a blinding black light burst forth from it, shooting toward Wang Lin like a beam of lightning. It was the black, half-moon blade. Its speed was unimaginable. If Wang Lin had still been at the middle stage of soul transformation, he would not have been able to dodge this strike at such close range. Even now, at the peak of the late stage, avoiding it was still difficult. Yet, Wang Lin didn't flinch. He didn't even glance at the incoming weapon. This time, he would completely subdue that rebellious blade. In an instant, layers of life seals formed around him, ethereal rings of glowing light pulsing with divine power. The black blade struck them head-on, and a sharp metallic sound rang out as it was forcefully repelled backward. Spinning in the air, Wang Lin extended a single finger toward it, but the blade twisted suddenly. Dodging his strike with uncanny agility, it circled once through the air, then charged forward again, this time aiming directly for the space between Wang Lin's eyebrows, seeking to pierce his soul. Once again, the ringing clash of metal against steel echoed in the air, and once again, the blade was knocked backward. This time, however, its energy pulsed with visible fury. The half-moon blade hovered in midair, trembling as if filled with rage. It spun once, then abruptly turned away, not toward Wang Lin, but toward Xu Liguo. It wanted to escape with him. A glint of amusement flashed across Wang Lin's eyes. Interesting, he murmured. Now that he had the life seals surrounding him, suppressing the blade's movements was far easier than their first encounter. As the black blade streaked toward Xu Liguo, Wang Lin took a step forward. The air around him rippled, and from beneath his feet, waves of celestial spiritual energy burst outward in all directions. Within moments, the energy spread over a radius of more than 1,000 feet, enveloping Xu Liguo entirely. The celestial energy reacted instantly with the restriction still inside Xu Liguo's body, locking him in place. Xu Liguo froze midair, his expression filled with dread. On the surface, he looked pitiful, full of regret, but inside, he was cursing Wang Lin endlessly. Yet all of it was useless. The restriction held him firmly, leaving him completely helpless. Meanwhile, Wang Lin's hands moved in rapid sequence, forming a series of intricate seals. Each seal shimmered with faint light as it floated into the air, weaving together into a massive, incomplete formation. There was one missing piece in the formation, and that final component was inside Xu Liguo himself. The restriction Wang Lin had placed in Xu Liguo years ago was far weaker than what he was capable of creating now. But it was still connected to the new formation. Once activated, it pulled Xu Liguo irresistibly toward it. The moment the power surged, Xu Liguo's body began to move on its own, drifting helplessly into the center of the formation. The half-moon blade shrieked in frustration. It tried to intercept, to stop Xu Liguo's body from merging with the restriction. But Wang Lin was faster. With just a single stride, he appeared in front of the blade, blocking its path. The black blade hesitated for a fraction of a second, enough to lose its chance. Xu Liguo watched helplessly as the glowing runes of the restriction entered his body one by one. His entire form trembled violently, and then he forced a smile, bowing deeply. "Master, see that? The restriction is already back inside me now. So please forgive me. I swear, I will never rebel again." Wang Lin didn't even glance at him. His focus was entirely on the half-moon blade before him. His hand extended slowly, fingers like claws reaching for the weapon. The black, half-moon blade quivered and tried once more to flee, darting sideways to escape. But Wang Lin's gaze turned icy cold. His voice rang out like thunder, calm, yet filled with an overwhelming killing intent. Slaughter energy. In this episode, we saw Xu Liguo's desperate attempt to escape from Wang Lin's control. Despite loosening the old restriction placed inside him, he underestimated his master's sharp mind and unshakable power. Wang Lin easily tracked him down, confronted his betrayal, and reactivated the restriction that bound Xu Liguo once more. At the same time, The black half-moon blade broke free from the bag of holding, attacking Wang Lin with incredible speed. Yet Wang Lin, calm and confident, countered its strikes with his life seals and prepared to subdue it completely. The episode ends as he unleashes his terrifying slaughter energy, ready to dominate both the rebellious sword spirit and the fierce blade. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Renegade Immortal. If you enjoyed this episode or found it exciting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get notified about the latest episodes in Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next one.